about being courageous, I think the most to understand, especially as women, is we don't have to know it all when we start. We don't have to know it all a year in. It's okay to, build the bridge as you're going and know that you're going to be okay. So even if, like I said, some things go wrong, you just reassess and reevaluate it. Try to do it from a perspective, like I always say, what's working, not working, and missing. And if you're constantly doing that, maybe quarterly for your strategy, it gives you the ability for that quicker pivot and that quicker turn. Instead of getting too far down the road if something is not working, and you know it's not working, you got it in your gut and you feel it in your intuition, but you're just fearing change or, fearing, can I do this or not do this? If you've got that gut feeling and that nudge, you need to listen and make changes happen, because it is uncomfortable, but through the storm, it's always brighter afterwards, right? So we need those challenges and obstacles to challenge ourselves, to grow and really reach our full potential.
I think an important checklist that you said that maybe we leave out sometimes, or at least I know I do. I can think about what's working and what's not working, but I think I skipped the what's missing. And that's huge, especially to figure out how to take those next steps and not to just harp on the things that aren't working.
Absolutely.
It's so much easier to think about the negative sometimes than it is the positive. So that what's missing is such a key part for that next step. So I'm going to take that away.
Because it kind of twists what's not working and missing is not a negative. It's like, okay, it wasn't done, so how can I do this going forward? And we've always started, in conversations with people that are close to your brand, involved with you as a customer, as a partner, as an employee, or however, you want to bring them into the conversation. So you hear from them and their perspective, which is very important, of what's working, not working, and missing. And that gives you a better picture to go forward with. So our companies, everyone I've had, we've always had our annual strategic planning, but we look to quarterly revisit how is that direction? Because when you're looking out a year to do your business plan for the year, you don't know a pandemic's a month away or something else. So you've got to be able to pivot and understand when to pull back, when to move forward, and when to go left or right. And the more visual you have and input from others that know you and your brand, the better you'll sail.
So how do you feel like your journey and the work that you're doing now can help influence the next group of women business owners?
I think for me, and I hope, and I will continue to my last breath, really supporting women and understanding the courageous side that I always say, and to believe in themselves. And it's very important to not be gender typed in a way. And of course, that has changed tremendously, as you can already hear. I started business at 64, so I'm turning that proud 65 this year. And
happy birthday.
Thank you. And I look back and I have no regrets, which is what I hope everybody does. And if I wouldn't have stepped through some of the steps to get to where I am, then I probably would have had regrets, because I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. Then that's when you go, oh, I wish I could have, should have, would have. And I'm the one that's going to try. So I want to encourage women, and I hope I continue to be that beacon of light and voice for them to have the confidence and courage to follow their passion, their dream, listen to that small voice within. And if you're hearing it and it's almost hitting you over the head, you really do need to listen, because that's your destiny. And
I
I'm
feel
about
like
that.
You're a proof in the whole concept of it's never too early to start a business and it's never too late to start a business. You've started 5.
Exactly. It's very, very true. At every generation, I'm just looking at what has happened. It's so funny, because I did start a business in my 30s, a restaurant at that, Randy. So totally different, but I stepped out of technology thinking, oh, what would it be like? My passion, you kind of want to follow those hobbies. Sure. And I love to cook. Just all types of cuisines, love, having great conversations over good wine. And so I thought, oh, this is perfect. like it's going to align my passion and purpose for, just watching people sitting around the table having good conversations, and makes me happy. I love it when I'm doing it. So I owned a restaurant for a couple of years. It was right on a lake that I lived on. I could go to work by boat, which is something that was so cool.
So fun.
And after about 2 years, that was one of the failures. I decided, that's not for me.
Maybe I'm not supposed to be a restaurateur.
Not supposed to be a restaurant
Okay.
owner. Loved it. Couldn't make money at it. And, it was managing a whole different type of business than I've ever managed before. So I just said, it's time to go back to corporate America, because that's what pays the bills and puts my kids through college and all that fun stuff. So again, it's like, it's not a failure. It was just something for notch up that experience, and I'm glad I did that.
And I feel like you've shared kind of in our conversations these examples of how what you did in your 30s applies to now, what you did in your 40s applies to now. And so speaking of wine and great conversations, Regenerous is really doing some fun wine and great conversations events coming up to help build community and just give us an opportunity to relax.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of the events that we can look forward to and how we can stay connected with you in Regenerous to learn more.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Randy. I'm so enjoying this time today. Regenerous is the latest that we're working on this year. It's been a vision of time, like we talked about the Certified B Corp. Mindful Marketplace is what I'm in the middle of right now, as well as our Regenerous Collective Wellness Center. So let's talk about the Mindful Marketplace a moment. And that is all about raising other businesses up, partially, obviously focusing on women businesses. They're doing some amazing things. They have great causes behind them. So if their product or service fits together so nicely with what we're doing in Regenerous, then we want to bring them in, have them on our e-commerce platform so we can market for them, we can help them, and we can all rise together. So many of them will be in our community. Others will be in other areas of the world based upon a specific product that I know that we truly need, that's good for the world, that we'll want to carry in our Mindful Marketplace. So we are really looking to partner with other businesses, and so that we become the Angie's List, if you want to say, of just good company that's a business that's good for the world, and that everybody that they purchase from, there's a purchase with purpose, because every purchase in Regenerous, whether you're purchasing a service, like in our Wellness Collection Center, or also in our purchase our products or our Mindful Marketplace, every single one of those gives to Regenerous Cares, our nonprofit that gives to nonprofits.
So you've done the vetting for us as the consumers so that we can be confident and know that it is what we are looking for in a sustainable product and a product that gives back.
Right. So we're about whole body support. So we want you to nourish yourself through services and products that we have, so you can nourish others through the nonprofit and the Regenerous Cares we work. So it's as simple as you're washing your face with our Clean, that you're also helping feed malnourished orphans around the world. Right now we're working with Denton Animal Shelter Foundation, and so percentage of our sales are all going to support DASF, which is very near and dear to my heart with fur babies. There's so many Denton charities that we love, and we continue to try to support many of them, and the more successful we are, the more money we can give. So it's all like a blessing. So Regenerous, through the Mindful Marketplace, you'll be seeing that coming up by just going to regenerous.com.
Perfect.
Let's talk Regenerous, because the name spelling is unusual. So think regen, like being regenerative, R-E-G-E-N. And then it's just Regen, R-Us. So think of Toys R Us. So Regen, R-Us. Regenerous is how you spell it. REGENRUS.com.
So we can head over there, learn about the Mindful Marketplace.
Yes.
And then we can also stay tuned for some of the events that are happening in the Wellness Center.
Yes.
Which really, this is for all of you local folks. So the Marketplace is for everyone. And, if you come into Denton, you're still welcome at the Wellness Center, of course. But
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about the Wellness Center and what we can expect.
So excited about this, Randy. I tell you, it's been a journey since 2017, bringing forth more and more parts of this vision and how we can continue to make a difference. So with the Wellness Center, it really is a holistic safe haven for wellness, prevention, proactiveness. I'm a big proponent about really understanding your body and what we need to do to heal ourselves. So when you take our products aren't the miracle, the body's the miracle. The body can heal itself. It's provided the right nutrients. So that's why we have very exclusive products that are designed to bring your body into balance. We don't have a lot of products, but they're very exclusive of what they do. So wellness is a very passionate part of my business. So I look around and people are stressed, they're not sleeping, they're maybe overweight. There's a lot of things that are determined, which is ultimately can impact disease down the future for them, depending upon where they are. So just like I say, you pivot and you make changes, you can do that too with your own body and health and wellness. So we wanted to not only provide products and services, we wanted a place that people could come in to learn about all this, learn about nutrition, learn about guided meditation, hypnotherapy, everything that we're doing through utilizing our products, uplifting our mindful marketplace and showcasing them. Everything is going to be done through our wellness center just to help people come in, find a place to feel like it's home, and they can just come sit and have a cup of tea with us, a glass of wine with us, and just, we need to get back to connectedness. And so through, we're going to offer yoga and Tai Chi. We're doing wine events where you can learn how to educate yourself on wine, of how to pick the wines that you like, so that when you go to a restaurant as a woman, you can order your own wine. And also with tea tasting, mother and daughter, just all the fun things that we can do, just bringing people back together in a joyful circumstance,
I am so excited. I'm excited to continue to be big fan of the Regenerous journey and, of course, of your journey. So
thank you,
I want to
Randy.
thank you for coming and chatting with me today and sharing a little bit about your story.
Well, I enjoyed it. I'm inspired by what you're doing and continue to follow all that you're doing. So I'm a very big fan of yours as well, Randy.
Well, we'll talk to y'all next Vivid Verb podcast. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to the Vivid Verb Podcast, a podcast about women who are vividly paving the way for future entrepreneurs. Each episode, hear from women business owners who are going beyond bringing their folding chairs. They're pulling up seats for their fellow WBOs. Subscribe to the Vivid Verb Podcast or connect with us at vividverbpodcast.com. Let's chat soon, y'all.